Hey you! So now you've served your coaching clients and they've gotten phenomenal results, right? And you are itching to get testimonials from them. How do you do this? This video is dedicated just to help you figure that out. Yes. In this video, I'll take you through how to get valuable feedback from your clients. How do you get something that is so good that it would bring in other people over and over and over again? Are you ready to learn? Are you sure? Then let's do this. Hey you, welcome back to my channel. This is your home if you are a coach who is looking to grow your business or start your business, in fact, because here is a community for amazing, phenomenal thought leaders like yourself who are impact-driven, transformation-focused, and sold out to helping others to be better, do better, and have better. So if you're that person who desires to help lots of people, with your skills, your experience as their coach, this is your home. Come on now, you want to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any tutorial that I post weekly on this channel, okay? So, talking about how to get valuable feedback from your clients. Now, I insist on feedback and not testimonials. Even though what you're looking for is testimonial, it is best that you present it as a feedback because people would want to contribute to you. They would want to give back to you, especially if you've done a good job. And again, they may have points of improvement that they would like to share with you. So this gives them the opportunity to do just that. So how do you do this? Or what are the steps you want to take to achieve this? So before I do that, I'll share with you first the benefits of having this feedback. Number one is it allows you to improve on your crafts and on your product development. It helps you to do what? Improve on your craft and your product development. This means that from what they tell you, you would know what you should improve, if you should show up more, what time of the day is better for the coaching, the channels, the tools that you subscribe to, all of these things. Feedback will help you to improve these things. Number two is it helps you to know the most effective marketing channel. Yes, because in your questions, you would ask them how they came into your program. Yes. And I'll still go through the questions later on. But that way you know where the majority of your clients are coming from. Now, in my case, my feedback showed me that majority of my people were coming through my adverts and also through affiliates. In fact, some specific affiliates for that matter. So I'm able to track that, so it's not really about posting on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube yet that brings me clients. It's more from my adverts. So that tells me something. I need to, do more of that and put in the efforts and the money into doing that. And also working with my affiliates, okay? Number three thing again is it helps you to validate your unique selling points. So if you have something that you think is what makes people, like you and love you, the feedback form should reveal this, okay? The responses from the feedback form should show this and confirm this to you. You need to know if it is what you think it is that is your unique selling point or something else that is catching their fancy, all right? So you want to know that. So in my case, I know that my energy is like my unique selling point every time. I bring it to the table all the time. I show up fully. And when you go to my testimonials on my page and all of that, everybody comments that my energy is top-notch, that I love what I do. The passion is evident, that I pour myself into people, into my students, and their results show. Their results just show. So this validates over and over and over to me that my energy is indeed my source, okay? It's my mojo. Now, the next thing again is it helps you to know where to focus your energy on as you deliver. Because you ask people in the form the best part they enjoy the most, or the part they enjoy the most in your program. So this will help you to know where to focus your energy on as you deliver. Okay, so that part that they enjoy the most is the part that you want to, pump in more energy. And then, of course, you would improve the parts where they claimed they enjoyed the least. Now, the truth is you cannot always possibly give people all they ask. I have to tell you. Because there's a time in my workshop, so I have this highly paid coach workshop that runs for about 7 days, officially 3 days, but I extend it by delivering more bonus classes and so on for another 4 to 5 days. So there's a woman who gave a feedback and said, oh, she wished she had one-on-one access to me for her feedback, right? And I was like, that's not possible. For a workshop you paid less than $100 for. Imagine if I have to have one-on-one access to, everybody, 200 students. It was not possible. And the reason again is because we have a VIP session. That's like a mastermind that besides the general group, you can also still come into the VIP session and have some time with me, still in a group. So this woman did not upgrade to VIP, and yet she wanted a one-on-one access for me to review this, and I'm like, no way, it's not possible. But again, we've gotten some phenomenal, like we've run currently, as at the time of recording this video, we've run about 9 cohorts of this workshop, and we've helped almost 400 coaches to launch and scale because they've gone through that particular boot camp. And every session, every cohort is an improvement on the last one. Oh my goodness. I mean, people who came in like the first, second, third cohort, they feel tempted to come back. In fact, some do come back because they feel like this is a different program from what I paid. The content is the same, but the delivery, the additions, the add-ons, because, for example, when we started, there was no certificate of participation. Now we have that. When we started, there was no summary notes. Now we have that. When we started, we did not have breakout sessions. Now we have that. And all of this, I promise you, they were suggestions made by alumni of the program. Yes, even for my BYB program, right? One of our students, Abimbola, she said she wished that she could demonstrate or she could present the things that she was learning, on the program. And I'm like, thank you for that feedback. That feedback really helped us to now design a calendar that actually shows people how to present, and then we give them the opportunity to present every week of the program. I'm telling you. So now it's part of the program and people are getting far more results. Since we introduced this presentation, we've seen a 40% increase in the number of number of students executing on their tasks, and also the amount of income flowing to them. Because now they're presenting, they feel like, oh, I'm presenting this week. I have to be ready. I have to take my course. I have to do this. And then they come in and show up. And of course, when you show up, you know what happens, right? You get results. That's just it. So feedback, very important. And the last thing that feedback will do for you is it will help you sell better. Okay? It will help you sell better because now you would know what to focus your energy on. You would know what your unique selling point is. So you'll be able to highlight this over and over and over. And then you'll be able to sell. All right? So for example, one of the questions that we ask in my feedback form is, what could have stopped you from taking this course? And the feedback we get is usually so interesting. So there's a time we're getting feedback from, established coaches who take who join the boot camp, and they say they almost miss out on the goodies of the boot camp because they assume that they are not new coaches, that they are established coaches. So what haven't they heard before? What would they learn from the boot camp, right? And then the boot camp title was Launch Your Coaching Business. So they felt like they've launched. And indeed, they have launched, but they were still missing something because their launches were not successful. So because of that, those feedback, we had to change the name. Imagine, feedback got us to change the name of a program that had gone through 8 cohorts. I'm telling you, 8 cohorts of 352, participants. And we changed the name from Launch Your Coaching Business to the Highly Paid Coach Bootcamp. Yes. I hope somebody felt that because it's so good. So now we know that it's not, because our program is not only for coaches who want to launch, but actually established coaches, growing coaches who have launched it before but failed can also benefit immensely from the bootcamp. So based on this, we now have a name that is attractive to both new coaches and established coaches and all of the growing coaches, and they come in and get the same content and phenomenal results and feedback. Do you see? That's it. So what tool do you use to get your feedback? I recommend only one. That is the one I use. It's Google Forms, okay? Google Forms. And if you have a Gmail account, you should have a Google Drive. There's a Google Form there, very easy to use, and you can have your responses in an Excel format, okay? So Google Forms does it. I think SurveyMonkey and all those type forms and so on also work well, but the one I have used so far, because I just love everything Google, is a Google Form, okay? There are also others you can try. Now, the questions that you want to ask, right? Number one, you want to ask basic information like, so on your form, you put name, email address, phone number, active social media handle. Yes. So where are they most active? And then the preferred title. Some may prefer Dr. Mrs., especially if you coach Nigerians, where I'm from, we are so title oriented. So you must call them by what they want to be addressed. Let me give you a gist. Did you know that during one of my Zoom sessions, like the boot camp, a woman told me that, Temi, you have to be careful with addressing everybody by their first names, people, this is a cultural country where everybody is, respect sensitive. Because in my country, title is tied to you respecting them. So how you address them, it shows if you respect them or not. And I said, excuse me, how could I possibly tell your age or your gender or your status by seeing your name on Zoom? It's not as if your video was on. So I couldn't even see if you are elderly or young, or I couldn't even see it. So I address you by the first name I can see on your Zoom name. But guess what? I took that as a feedback. So during my onboarding session or orientation session of, for the students, I say, please, when you join the Zoom room, kindly rename yourself to how you would like me to address you. I'm telling you, so that I would not address you in a way that you are uncomfortable with, because naturally, I'll call you by the name I can see on the screen. I won't know if you're a Mr. or a professor or a Dr. Mrs. or an engineer or this. And indeed, some people began to rename themselves, on Zoom. So I saw some architects, doctor, I'm like, whatever, I'm going to call you what you want me to call you. But call me CTA. CTA means Coach Temi Ajibewa, okay? So I digress. But you get the gist, right? Yeah. So you can ask them, how they got to know about your program. Okay, that means where they came from. Who recommended them? If it's somebody, the person's name. That way you would know, if the affiliate they came in through. You can ask, what could have stopped them? Yes, so this question is so important. Now, what could have stopped you from enrolling for this program? So then you begin to see limiting beliefs coming up. Some could say, oh, money. Some could say time. Some could say, I thought that I don't need it. Some could say, I did. Like in my case, I would hear things like, I didn't think that I was a coach yet, so I was not sure if I really needed it. All of that. So then you want to ask why they decided to join eventually. So despite what could have stopped them, they still came in, right? So what changed their mind? That is gold. That is gold, guys. Because that way, you know what you want to, pressing on. Apply pressure, because that is what is giving you the result that is getting them to, overlook what could have stopped them and still come in all the same. Nice, right? Yes. Then ask them what stood out for them in the program, what they really enjoyed, what could have been better, and how they suggest it's done. Yes. So don't just say, oh, any suggestion. No, just say, what could have been better, with this program, and how do you suggest it's done? Because they just can't dump problems at your laps now, can they? They should also suggest to you how they think their suggestion or the problem should be solved. Yes. Then also ask them what kind of people they would recommend takes this program. Okay, so I will usually ask, what kind of people do you recommend, or would you recommend this class for? What kind of people would you recommend this class for? That is, what are the kind of people they think this class is a good fit for? That way, oh gosh, they begin to describe your ideal clients to you. So in my case, I'll say things like, I think new coaches, thought leaders, any expert. Some could say, oh, everyone wants to find their life's purpose. Everybody who needs a push in destiny. Anybody who this. And so when I'm marketing, I say that even though our past participants, or let me say some of our past participants, believe that everybody needs this program, we believe it's best suited, okay, for people who are blah, 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 blah. So then we will now use the language of the people who have filled the feedback form. What do they, think? How did they express the kind of people they think this program is meant for? Because sometimes you, as an expert, you are thinking in jargons. Jargons meaning you're thinking technically, you're thinking in the language of your craft. And again, you're an expert. You've built expertise, right? So you may have forgotten the layman language. You may have forgotten the streets language that people use to describe their problems, right? So with this, you will know the kind of people that you want to pay more attention to and look for where they are. Then finally, you want to ask that, imagine me in front of you. What would you say to me? Okay, and I always put in brackets, feel free to make me blush. Okay, yes. I say, imagine me in front of you. What would you say to me? Okay, feel free to make me blush, or feel free to express yourself, right? And then, oh my goodness. When I read this part, I ensure I have, a tissue close by, because the feedback you're just pouring in. They're just saying, thank you so much. I love you. I bless you. Oh, the blessings are always so much. I bless you. So, I bless your practice. I bless your energy. I bless your husband. I bless your parents. They're just saying things that make me really, really happy. But because we've given them the opportunity to share what they think can be improved on, so it's not like it's a testimonial per se. And then when we ask that, what did they enjoy the most, right? I also ask, what specific results did you get from the program? So in fact, I would say, in numbered paragraphs, kindly state the specific result you got as a result of attending or taking this program or taking this course, right? That way they give me testimonials. And again, I'll give you 2 tips that will really help you to do very well with this. So the first tip is share this feedback form every coaching process, especially if you are at the beginning of your coaching career. So let's say you're just starting out, with your beta clients. Send feedback form after every session or after every week, so that way you can collect details and know how people are feeling, their emotions, their energy, and so on. And then later on, when you have left that stage, you want to share feedback form immediately after the program. So let's say it's a 3-month coaching program. Of course, every month send out, feedback form. And then again, if it's like maybe a 4 days program, like my boot camp, for example, you can actually share the feedback form immediately after. So usually we share it after the graduation ceremony, right? Like once we are done with the last day, we share the forms, and people's energy are still so high, so they pour, and we beg them that please take the time to fill this form, because every bootcamp is an improvement on the last one, right? So if you really enjoy this session, it's because people from the past cohorts have given suggestions that we have implemented. So if you know of any way that can make this program even more beautiful and more transformational for the people coming ahead of you, coming behind you, right, then please leave us your review and your feedback. And so they have this sense of obligation to help not just me, but those who are coming ahead, behind them, to get a better experience than they got, And I'm so humbled to say that 80% of people who do give us these reviews, they say the program is perfect. I'm telling you. They say, no, the workshop is perfect. Unless you want to add a new content altogether. I'm telling you. They say, no, that nothing should be added. And the 20% who do give us something to improve on, they say things like, please include a summary notes, because I don't want to be taking notes while I'm in class, or struggling to take screenshots of your slides. Somebody like Raf Obafemi said, Temi, please introduce breakout sessions for us to network and everything. I'm like, okay, yes, I'll do that. So for the VIP students, we break out for them to have those interactions, and even for general groups as well. After the main workshop, during one of the bonus classes days, I split them into breakout sessions too. So really, it's a phenomenal thing that you want to bring into your business. So the second tip I'll share with you is put a privacy policy, in quotes now, at the beginning of the message, stating that some part of it may be used for testimonials, okay? And then ask them to add anonymous in front of their names if they don't like to be mentioned. Yes, and I've had a few. Let's say out of every 30, one person could choose to be anonymous. And so they'll put their name, put in everything, and just write anonymous in front of their names, because we still want their names, right? So in that case, we just use their, if they have really compelling testimonials, we just use their initials and say Coach KH, Coach SA, just their initials, and not add their picture to the testimonials, because we do go to their social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, to go and get their fine picture that we would use in our testimonial templates. I hope you get that. So if you're not sure, you can check my page on Instagram at Temi Ajibewa, and you scroll through, you will see some of my testimonials on my page for my workshop, for my coaching, and so on. And of course, we don't put in everything they've told us. We only pick the testimonial part of things, okay? And then we leave out the rest. We talk about where were they before they joined. So ask that, what was the situation like before you joined this program, okay? Yes, that is the beginning. and then now that they've joined, what did they get out of it? I hope you get that. So those are the two tips I have for you. Number one, share every step or share immediately after the program, and then put a privacy policy stating that some part may be used for testimonials. Kindly add anonymous in front of your name if you would not like to be mentioned or your name to be published. Okay? Well, this was a masterclass, right? I hope you found it valuable. Please leave me a comment, like this video now, and share with at least one person. Copy the link to share and share with your friends on your WhatsApp groups, on your to your friends, on your status. And if you have watched this video to the end, do a screenshot of this now. Yes. And tag me on Instagram at Temi Ajibewa, okay? Put it up on your story and then tag me so I can repost and feel that indeed you have learned something from this edition, okay? If you have questions, you know what to do, right? Send me an email, temi@temiajibewa.com, or drop it in the comments. And if you have any topic you'd like me to talk about, also drop them in the comments. Remember, this is your home. This is your community. This is where we are sold out to helping you build a highly successful business around your passion, leveraging on technology, innovation, and mentoring. All right? Thank you for coming here today. Thank you for watching. I had fun shooting this video. I hope you had fun watching it as well. Bye for now.